Hey y'all, and welcome back to Real Estate Rundown. I'm Dominique Gilford, your go-to Houston realtor. Today we're diving into a topic that is not always easy to talk about. I hate touching on it, but we got to do it. That's what happens to the house when a couple is getting divorced. I know that this is an emotional one, but it's also so important to get it right, okay? So especially when your financial future is on the line. So whether you're going through a divorce, contemplating a separation, helping a friend, getting ready to be divorced, or just want to be informed, this is most certainly the video for you. Okay, so let's get into it. The family home isn't just a place to sleep. It's where memories live. We have holiday dinners, first steps for the children, backyard chaos with the dog. It's also a place we run to when life gets rough. I know for me, my home is everything, okay? You will catch me in my backyard on a regular day. Okay, so when divorce enters the picture, deciding what to do with the family home, who gets it, who's selling, where it's going, it's big, guys. I just know it's really big, and you really need to weigh other options, or all of your options, realistically and carefully, because the wrong move could cost you so far down the road, and hindsight is always 2020. Okay, so we do not want to think with the emotional aspect. We want to make sure that we're going in educated and with a plan, so we know how to move. Okay, so we're going to just discuss a few options that you need to consider. So option one, your partner keeps the house. If one of you want to stay in the house, here's what you most certainly need to think about and decide how that would affect both parties. We do know that if one of you guys are going to be leaving, we want to make sure that we are refinancing. Okay, this puts the house in one person's name and remove the other party from the transaction. That person will likely need to refinance the mortgage in their own name and only in their name. And if there's equity in the home, they may also need to be a buyout in place so that the other person that was sharing the property is compensated for the time they were in the home during the appreciation value. Okay, so get this, the buyout amount, that's negotiable. But before y'all agree on any one set number, get the home appraised, and ideally by two separate appraisers. So he'll have his and you'll have yours. And if there's a big gap in the difference, then I will most certainly educate you on bringing in a third appraiser to get an equal quote, or just split the difference. So that way everyone walks away with something that they could tolerably be comfortable with. Okay, here's the real question. Can you actually afford it? And I don't mean just being able to pay. You don't just look at what the mortgage is. You want to add up your taxes, your insurance and maintenance fees. All of that encompasses in a mortgage over time. And the question is, will you still have enough income left over to live comfortably? Okay, because nobody wants to be house rich and cash poor, and you can't really move in the event a crisis happens, the world shuts down for a pandemic and things like that. Okay, option two, you both keep the house. Now it's a little tricky with this option, but it is an option. If you cannot agree on who gets the house, you could most certainly co-own it, okay? And I know that doesn't always sound desirable, but again, we're thinking logically outside of our emotions. Can you afford to co-own it for a while, maybe until the kids are older or the market gets a little bit better to where you can list it and get the money out of it that you need for both parties to be comfortable? And so those are conversations that you have to be prepared to have and stick with, okay? But here's the catch. You're still financially tied to your ex on paper. So ask yourself, can I depend on them to keep up with their payment and with the upkeep to keep up the home until we're able to get out of this financial situation and move into our prospective areas? Okay? If the answer is, I'm not sure, it might be time to rethink a few things. So again, we're taking the emotions off the table, which is so hard to do when you talk about being married to somebody. Again, the most financially suitable option when you're talking about divvying up finances over time. Option three, you can sell the house. And this is usually a heartbreaker for a lot of people because this is where memories are made and this is their sacred space, okay? But sometimes the cleanest option is just to sell and split the proceeds. Yes, we do know it can be emotional. We have figured that part out. Yes, it's the end of an era and all of the memories you have built, but it also means a fresh start and fewer strings that are going to be attached once you have free of what you have already shedded as far as a relationship. Financially, you'll want to watch out for capital gains taxes. So these are the taxes that you pay off the profit of the home that you have made over the amount of time that you have been in the home. Okay, especially if you build up a lot of equity. So in most states, if you're married, the first $500,000 in gap and gains might be exempt, which again, it's going to be state by state, so find out where you're located. But I always advise clients to talk to your accountant because every situation is going to be different, okay? Also, remember, the seller of that home typically pays for both real estate commissions for the buyer and the seller. And so my rule of thumb is always factor in an additional 6 to 8% to make sure that those fees are covered, okay? You want to make sure that you factor that into your net profit sheet so that you know what your final walkaway number is going to be. Okay, so our goal at this point, understanding that we're going forward with this divorce, is to focus on the future. At the end of the day, there is no one size fit all answer, but there is a wrong answer. Okay, and we want to make sure we avoid the wrong answer. Okay, and that's making a decision without a long-term plan in place. Okay, don't trap yourself in a house that you cannot afford to try to pay on. Okay, we know property taxes are going up every year. Appraisal values are jumping through the roof with new development in areas. Okay, and you don't want to walk away from a sale without enough cash to rebuild your life and to actually start off profitable. So always work with a professional. And that's a CPA, that's a real estate attorney, that's a divorce attorney. You want somebody who can help you as a financial advisor and a real estate expert, and a divorce attorney who can help you make the right call for your next chapter. And please run the numbers, okay? Create a post-divorce budget. Understand what you'll need day to day and what you'll need to save for the future, because we do know that this is your new beginning and we have to plan for it. We have to have some level of financial intelligence in order to put ourselves in the strongest position. Okay, so I just want to thank you for entrusting me with this divorce topic, and thank you for tuning in to Real Estate Rundown. If you found this video helpful, go ahead and like, subscribe, and drop a comment down below. I would love to hear from you, your thoughts and your questions. And if we have any friends that's tuning in that know of great divorce attorneys or great CPAs, feel free to drop them down below. Let's share those resources with our friends so that we can ensure that everyone is moving with financial future in place. Okay, and if you're going through a divorce and you're unsure on what your next move with a home would be, just know I am always here to help with strategy or concepts. You can always schedule a call with me via phone and talk through other options and see how I can support you during that transitional period. So whether you're thinking about selling your home, whether you're thinking about keeping your home, or you just want clarity, just know I got you. Okay, and if you want to see more videos like this, feel free to wait for the next one to get started. Okay, and just know that my link is in my bio below to schedule any appointments that you might be interested in, and I look forward to speaking to you next time. See you around.